Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about addition and subtraction of integers. So let me start by taking the first example. Let's say I have two integers, -2 and -5, and we wanna add them. So basically, addition of integers is a very simple process. So these are the three steps we can follow, and we can easily find the answers of the questions. So what is the step one? In the step one, we will find the absolute value of these integers. So what is the absolute value of -2? It is +2. And what is the absolute value of -5? It is +5. Okay. Now let's go to the second step. In second step, we have to ask ourselves, am I gonna add these two values or subtract them? Now, if two integers have same sign, like in this case, both of the integers are negative, then in step 2, you will add them. So here is the step 1, here is the step 2. In the step 2, I'm gonna add their absolute values, 2 plus 5, which is gonna be 7. Okay. Now, in the step 3, I'm gonna ask myself, what is the sign of my answer? Is my answer a +7 or minus sign? In this case, your answer will be -7 because both of the integers are negative, so the answer is also going to be negative. So -7 is your answer for the first problem. Now let's take another example. In this example, we have 4 plus 8. Again, you may say it is fairly a very easy question, but again, if you will follow these steps, the first step is find the absolute value of 4, find the absolute value of 8, and in step 2, since both of the integers are positive now, they have same sign, you will add their absolute value, which is going to be 12. Now in the step 3, we just need to find out if the answer is a positive 12 or negative. In this case, it will be positive 12 because both of the numbers are positive, so the answer is also going to be positive number. Let's take example 3, in which the sign of the numbers are not same. Both of the numbers have opposite sign. Like you can see, 5 is a positive number and 3 is a negative number. So the step will remain the same. Your first step is find the absolute value. And the second step is, do I need to add or subtract these absolute values? In this case, you will subtract. Why? Because 5 is positive, 3 is negative. Both of the numbers have opposite sign. In that case, you will subtract the smaller absolute value from the bigger one. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Now, what is the sign of my answer? My answer in this case will be positive 2. Why? Because the bigger absolute value is 5 and 5 is a positive number, so the answer is also going to be a positive number. So what is my answer for this problem? Positive 2. Okay. Now let's take another example. In this case, we have -8 and 5. Okay. Again, we can clearly see one number is negative, one is positive. They have opposite sign. Step 1, find their absolute value. And after you find the absolute value, you go to step 2. Since both of the numbers have opposite sign, you will subtract their absolute values. Now in third step, you need to ask yourself that is this 3 positive or negative? In this case, it's going to be negative. Why? Because 8 is the bigger absolute value. It is the larger of the two, and 8 is also negative, so the answer is going to be -3. So now I will take some examples of how to subtract integers. So out of these, the first example is 7 minus 11. You know what? We can always write 7 minus 11 as 7 plus minus 11. That means we are adding two integers. First one is +7, second is -11. Again, what is your step 1? Find their absolute value. Okay, and what is your second step? Do I need to add or subtract these two absolute values? Now you have to subtract them. Why? Because the both of the numbers have opposite sign. This is plus, this is minus. You will subtract. And then the third step is my answer plus 4 or minus 4? In this case is gonna be negative 4, because the larger absolute value 11 is negative. You can see here is a negative sign, so the answer is also gonna be negative 4. Okay, so second example of how you subtract the integers is, let's say, negative 6, negative 9. Again, we can write them as negative 6 plus negative 9, just like we are adding two integers, but both of the integers have same sign. Now when you find the absolute value of negative 6 and 9, now you have to add them. This is your step 1. Step 2, you will add these two absolute values. Why? Because both of the integers have same sign. Okay, now is my answer a plus sign or minus? It's gonna be negative 15. Why? Because both of the numbers are negatives, the answer is also gonna be negative 15. Two more examples, and now I have 10 minus negative 5. We can clearly see here we have two negative signs coming together, and whenever you have negative times negative, it's going to be positive. So it is just like 10 plus 5 is 15. That is your answer in the third example. Okay, so the fourth example of subtracting integers is negative 18 minus negative 2. Okay, again we can see that two negatives will be positive. Negative times negative is positive, and now these two integers have opposite sign. Again, let's find the absolute value of negative 18 and absolute value of 2. Now, do I need to add these absolute value or subtract? We have to subtract them because the numbers have opposite sign. And what is the sign of my answer? My answer will be a negative number, because the bigger absolute value is 18 and 18 has a negative sign here. So your answer is gonna be negative 16.